Welcome back. In this new video, I'm going to be sharing an extraordinary story. And this is the story of Lillian Gilbert. She was a very famous woman who pioneered the engineering management and psychology uh, issues with her husband, Frank Gilbert. And this is the story of Lillian Gilbert. She was named the First Lady of Engineering. In June 1924, Lillian Gilbert's world collapsed in a single afternoon. Her husband, Frank, her engineering partner and best friend, died suddenly of a heart attack at the age of 55. She was 46. 11 of her children were still at home, the youngest barely 2 years old. After Frank's sudden death in 1924, Lillian not only continued but expanded their work while raising her children as a single parent. And within weeks, the other blow came, quieter but almost as devastating. The company that had hired the Gilberts to optimize their factories, the corporation that had praised their pioneer work in ergonomics and scientific management, began canceling their contract one by one. A woman engineer alone, a widow with 11 children, they didn't believe in her. But Lillian Gilbert had spent a life not believing the things she was told about women. She was born in Auckland in 1878, the eldest of 9 children, raised in a strict Victorian household. She'd had to fight for every single classroom she ever sat in. In 1900, she became the first woman ever permitted to deliver a commencement address at UC Berkeley. In 1915, she earned a PhD in applied psychology from Brown while raising a growing family. With Frank, she had pioneering the filming of workers frame by frame, inventing the entire field we now call industrial economics. They named the unit of human motion the Derblick. Gilbert spelled roughly backward. Their work made factories safer, hospitals faster, and workers less broken by the end of the day. She improved the surgical operating procedure. Lillian designed equipment and procedure for disabled vets and homemakers. Lillian advised 6 United States presidents from Hoover to Lyndon Johnson on topics of civil defense, war production, rehabilitation of the handicapped, problems of aging, and national security. She was the first female psychologist with the United States postage stamp named for her. She traveled and spoke till age 90. She went where a woman was allowed to think, the kitchen, and bring engineering with her. She interviewed over 4,000 women. She watched them cook, reach, bend, lift, and strain in space that had been designed by men who never used them. She measured counter heights. She managed the number of steps mill required. She studied how many times a woman had traveled between sink and stove in a single day. And then she redesigned everything. She created the L-shaped kitchen to cut work in between the stove, sink, and refrigerator. She's credited with the shelves inside your refrigerator door. The butter compartment, the egg tray, all of it. She designed an improved electric can opener. She filled the patent for the wastewater hose that lets your washing machine drain, and she's widely credited with the trash can that opens when you step on it, a full pedal, a foot pedal, sorry, instead of a hand, because she realized dirty hands touching lids were silently moving disease to American homes. In 1929, she unveiled a fully ergonomic kitchen at a women's exposition in New York. It became the blueprint for the modern kitchen. Every kitchen you've ever stood in carries her fingerprints. Her career exploded again. She worked with General Electric, improving the efficiency of a kitchen and kitchen appliances. She worked for Johnson and Johnson, Macy's. President Hoover appointed her to the National Committee during the Depression. She designed adaptive kitchen for people with disabilities decades before anyone else was thinking about access. In 1935, at the age of 57, she became Purdue's first female engineering professor, possibly the first in the country. She was the first woman elected to the National Academy of Engineering, the first woman to receive the Hoover Medal. She collected over 20 honorary degrees and kept working into the 80s. She lived to 93. She watched women gain to vote. She watched them work into every profession that had shut the door in her face. And she kept design quietly as if she'd always known the world could catch up eventually. Most people have never heard a name. They know a funny book two of her children wrote cheaper by dozen, and they picture a harried mother herding kids around a dinner table. They don't picture the industrial engineer who rebuilt a life from a kitchen when the whole establishment told her she was finished. The foot pedal on your trash can, the shelves in your fridge door, the kitchen that doesn't destroy your back, all are. You've been living inside a thinking your entire life. Today you know a name, and this is an extraordinary story I want to share with you. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.